Welcome to Unit 3, and the exercise posed before us is find the gradient function for the curve y equals to 3x squared minus 2. Take the point P whose coordinate will be x, 3x squared minus 2 on the curve, which means the coordinate 3x squared minus 2 is the y axis or the y coordinate. Yx represent the s coordinate. So the y coordinate of q is 3 into x plus h all squared minus 2 minus 3x squared minus 2, and p arrow is equals to h. Just from the knowledge of the past units that we have studied, we all discover that the y, for us to get along the y axis in the vertical from this point to q, you discover that it means we have to subtract here from here to here, which we can take as a t, and this one also be x. So if we know that from here to here is simply 3 into x plus h. So what we are getting, we are saying now that is equal to 3 into x plus h all squared. So to get q arrow is simply that we have to subtract from here to this place. So it means in the exercise we are going to your q, point q, which is at this point, will not be 3 into x plus h all squared, like what you are seeing here. So I'm getting q arrow. So let me just put it q arrow. Then be subtracted from that minus 2. That is s into x plus h squared minus 2. Will be subtracted from where? From our p coordinate, which is minus 3x squared minus 2. So what we are trying to get here now is that the coordinate of y at position q is 3 into x plus h all squared minus 2 minus 3x squared minus 2. So if we have that, then we also know that the y coordinate for p point is simply y equals to 3x squared minus 2. So to want to have a q, or to have what? Or to have q arrow. Or to have what? Q arrow. It means we have to subtract this very coordinate from the py coordinate, and that will give us the difference between the q and the arrow. Now, if we are able to get the value q arrow, then we can now say gradient. What is the gradient? Is simply what? Having what? The q arrow all over p r. Now, if you look at the curve, go to your diagram, we discover that horizontal axis, x, p arrow, is actually equal to what? H. So we can go up and do our substitution. I'm going to get 3 into x plus h all squared minus 2 minus what? 3x squared minus 2 all over p arrow, which is h. Now the next step is for you now to expand your x h all squared. You know, I have done this in the previous lesson, the last unit, but for the purpose of understanding, we can still expand it. So if we expand it, I pray that you just get used to this s plus h into s plus h. As time goes on, we will not be doing the expansion. We just get the compound answer. So if you do this expansion, if this goes into this, you are going to get s squared. This multiply this is going to be plus xh, and if this one goes this, you are going to get plus sh, and if it goes again to this, you are going to get plus h squared. So that's how you expand your factors. So if we add them together, you are going to have s squared plus 2sh, which is the combination of this one, plus h squared. Now, if you go into your gradient formula substitution, you discover that all you need to do, instead of having this x plus h all squared, we put what we have expanded. So we have 3 into x. We have what? 3 into s squared plus 2sh plus h squared. You have not finished. Minus 2 into, or minus 2 minus, what you have there is 3x squared minus 2 all over what? All over h. So we have to re-emphasize from this point to the Q, which is the vertical, which is actually the y-axis of point Q, or the coordinate y of point Q, is actually 3 into x plus h all squared minus 2. Why that one of P is actually, from what you have been given here, is 3x squared minus 2. Now, for us to get Q arrow, you will discover that we are going to subtract this from this. So that is why we have 3 into x plus h all squared minus 2. Actually, this is the y2, which is our value, which is 3 into x plus h all squared minus 2. And we are subtracting it from here so that we can get QR. So therefore, it's going to be minus 3x squared minus 2. So it is better we put a bracket here so that we know that it is a function, that this sign negative is going to affect all the characters in the bracket. So that is why we are now having 3 into x squared plus 2sh plus h squared. The bracket, because of this 3. Then we have minus 2, which is still part of the the y coordinate minus the coordinate of the p, which is actually y1, and that's why we have 3x squared minus 2. So that when we are doing the multiplication, and the signs will not cause an issue. So now we are going to multiply through by 3. So what you have there now will give us 3x squared plus 3 times 2 will give us 6x plus 3h squared. Then minus 2. Then this will multiply the bracket. So it becomes minus 3x squared. This negative will also multiply that minus 2, you have plus 2. So that is where you now have your gradient. The gradient is actually equal to Q arrow all over what? P arrow. So this is your Q arrow and this is your P arrow. If you look at the diagram, you can know what we are talking about. So now we will do some little plus and minus. If you look at what you have on the board, 3x squared minus 3x squared will cancel out. Then if you look at it again, minus 2 plus 2 will also cancel out. So what you are now having is going to be 6sh plus 3h squared. Do you have any other thing? No. All over what? H. So what you are having there now is 6xh plus 3h squared all over h. So if that is so, we can try to bring out h. What you have now is h into 6x plus 3h all over what? H. So what you have now is that this h can cancel this h. What you have is nothing but 6x plus 3h. When h tends to 0, you now have equal to 6x. So if h tends to 0, it means now that the gradient function of what? We find the gradient function of the curve y equals to 3x squared minus 2 is equals to 6x. Gradient function PQ is equals to 6x. So we can say then the limiting value of the gradient function of 3x squared minus 2 is 6x. So I will give you an assignment which you can get to me using my email. My email is onaiwustar@gmail.com. So you are going to get using my image onaiwustar@gmail.com. So try and exercise some strong thinking and do this assignment. 1. Find the value of the gradient function when 1, Roman figure 1, s is equals to 3, Roman figure 2, s minus 1, s equals to minus 1, and 3s is equals to 0. And I say, what does this mean? So you have to go back. I've already given you a clue. We have just worked the gradient function of y equals to 3s squared minus 2. This is the curve. And of course, I don't want to tell you now what the gradient function is, because it's like giving you the clue to the answer. But having drawn a hint to you, and the hint is that from the above is that the curve y is equal to 3s squared minus 2. So we have calculated the gradient function of this curve y equals to 3s minus 2. So now substitute when s is equals to 3, s equals to minus 1, s is equals to 0. And again, what does this mean? So it's not just knowing a little addition, subtraction, multiplication, but you also know the implication of the statement that you are making. Thank you. And God bless as we find ourselves again in Unit 4. Bye.